A shy guy orders pizza over the phone. When the delivery arrives, he avoids eye contact while paying but sneaks a look at the delivery woman's legs. He hasn't made eye contact for 11 years, but like any man of culture, her legs break his streak. Intrigued, he looks at her face and discovers she's beautiful and young. Charmed, he admires her. Suddenly, an earthquake happens and the woman faints. The shy guy panics at first but sees an opening. He stares at her first, then he tries to shower her with his spray. The shy guy takes his once-in-a-lifetime golden opportunity and presses her buttons while she is unconscious. Few days ago, a man is pressing a toilet paper roll in his hand. The man stares at the circle mark on his hand and contemplates how long it will take to disappear. After looking at his hand, he places the toilet paper roll in an organized pile beside the toilet bowl. The man has been living in the house for 10 straight years and has never gone outside since then. After he flushes the toilet, he states that he is a hikikomori. In simple terms, hikikomori is the word that refers to individuals who have chosen to withdraw from social life, seeking an extreme degree of isolation. The man narrates that usually hikikomoris live at the expense of their parents. However, he says that he lives alone, which gives him the liberty to do what he wants. He can take a dump without worrying about closing the toilet or fall asleep while doing it. Though he lives alone in the house, he does not like to watch TV, and it's been years since the last time he opened it. The hikikomori man has an abundant supply of food and toiletry stock, making him self-sufficient. Noticeably, the piles of pizza boxes, canned goods, and books are tidied up. In the span of 10 years, he has already read all of the books and magazines. Every month, his father sends him money. In the first year, his father includes a letter in the money he sends, but in the next 9 years, the envelope contains only money. In the span of 10 years, he gets his food and the things he needs via delivery. Every time the delivery arrives, the hikikomori man only takes the product and pays for it and never makes eye contact with the delivery guy. While eating pizza, his memories of the past flashback. The memories from the time when he walks home in the middle of the sun. He says that he hates having contact with people and at the same time a contact with the sunlight. However, he likes to look at the sunlight from a distance. There are many unrecognizable things that he oddly notices, little things, from the movement of the sunlight, the hands of a clock, to the box of a pizza folding down. After a few moments, he realizes that it's not 10 years but 11 years already. The next day, he does the same routine, eating while standing, getting asleep while in the toilet, and reading books. Saturday comes, it's the hikikomori man's pizza day. The delivery guy rings his doorbell, so the man receives the pizza. While he is about to take the pizza, looking down, he notices that it is not a pizza delivery guy but a woman. Curious, he looks at the face of the delivery woman after 11 years of not making any eye contact with anyone. The hikikomori man fell in love with a beautiful woman at first sight. While he stares at her, an earthquake emerges. At first, the two freeze as the earthquake continues. The hikikomori man, captivated by her visuals, continues to stare at her, even until such time that his books are starting to collapse. He continues to stare at her when suddenly she faints. Seeing this, the hikikomori man gets scared. He closes his eyes as he sees her falling down. He slowly opens his eyes and sees the woman lying unconscious. Instead of helping her, he panics and goes further into his house. After he contemplates, he resorts to giving her water. The woman still unconscious, he attempts to splash water in her face but thinks that it's too much. So he gets a spray containing water and sprays it on the woman to wake her up. After a few gentle sprays, the woman is still not waking up. The hikikomori man, not knowing what to do, takes his chance and stares at her beautiful face. While staring at her, he sees something written on her arm. He gets curious, so he blows on her sleeves to see what's written, which also has buttons. On her arm, sadness, hysteria, and headache are written. He is confused by what he saw. When he looks at the back of her thighs, the word coma is written. He gets curious, so he pushes her button below. The woman gets goosebumps and immediately sits up. The woman then stares at him while the hikikomori man awkwardly looks down. She asks if he pushed her button, to which the hikikomori man responds, yes. All of a sudden, she performs magic in front of him by pretending to detach her thumb from her hand. Out of the blue, she points at the pizza boxes and tells him that there is a mistake. The hikikomori man then fixes it obediently. When he looks back at the woman, he sees her smelling the helmet and expresses that it smells awful. Afterwards, she goes out and wears the helmet. When she is about to leave, the hikikomori man peeks at her. For 2 days, the hikikomori man does nothing because of the shock he is dealing with. He lies in his bed all day, staring at nothing. He spends his next hours absent-mindedly, still gazing at nothing. All of his life, this is the first time that he experiences the feeling of having a crush. While lying on the floor, he feels that it's shaking, so he immediately runs to the telephone and calls the pizza hotline for a delivery. Even before the pizza delivery arrives, he practices the words he will be saying to the beautiful delivery girl. When he opened the door, he is expecting that the pizza delivery girl will be the one who will bring his order. However, it turns out that his expectations are wrong. An old man delivers the pizza. The old man hands him the pizza without any care while he is on the phone with someone else. The old man enters his house without any permission while getting angry. The hikikomori man notices that his feet leave watermarks on the floor. After the old man hanged up the call, he orders the hikikomori man to get him some water, in which he obediently follows. The old man proceeds to use the telephone without permission and acts as if he is the owner of the house. The man continues to contact the guy he is talking with earlier. The old man tells the guy on the other side of the line that the weather is not good, so he is not in the mood. He apologizes, but the man continues to anger him. The old man shakes in anger as he reminds the guy about what he has done for him. Even though he is angry, the old man tries to stop him, but the guy on the other side continues to annoy him. After the old man hangs up the call, the hikikomori man takes his chance and asks about the woman who always delivers in his area. The old man clarified who he is pertaining to, so the hikikomori man describes her physical attributes to him. The old man then tells him that the woman is his wife. The hikikomori man freezes as he hears that from the old man. Fortunately, the old man is only making fun of him and tells him that he is just joking. Hearing this, the hikikomori man breathes a sigh of relief. However, he tells him that the woman has already quit her delivery job. While the old man is tying his shoes, he informs him of the woman's reason. The delivery girl tells him that she has decided not to go out of her house anymore. The old man adds by saying that they are crazy for not leaving their houses. Before the old man leaves, he asks about the woman's address, to which the old man gives him. He also tells the hikikomori that the pizza is his treat, so he does not need a payment. Afterwards, the hikikomori man then contemplates while taking a bath. Afterwards, he makes up his mind and proceeds to go outside to meet the woman of his dreams. However, he shrinks in fear, so his day passes by without accomplishing anything. He then makes up his mind the next day, because even for a hikikomori, a man will go through everything just to be with the love of his life. He steps out of his house after 11 years of living as a shut-in. As he steps out, he immediately complains about the blinding light of the sun and its heat. He immediately asks himself why he did come out and is about to regret it. However, he remembers the address of his dream girl and proceeds to walk. When he turns left towards the subway, his mind changes because he would rather take the bus. Shortly after, he realizes that he has no money, so he picks up his bike inside a thick bush. He tries to use the bike, but it's full of bushes and is no longer usable. While he is about to begin jogging, he looks back at his house and sees it covered with thick bushes and vines. After staring at it, he continues to jog and looks for the house of his dream woman. While looking for her house, he sees a woman in front of a blurry glass door. He tries to ask her about the address, but the weird woman creepily opens her mouth as she fades into the shadows. He gets scared by her actions, so he runs away and continues his quest to find his crush. At one street, while he is running, a robot delivering a pizza sees him and smiles at him. He continues to run towards the address and notices that there are no people around. The busy streets of Tokyo have now become a ghost town. No other person is seen outside. The hikikomori man then realizes that he is not a special case because everyone has started to stay inside their houses. He sees a man playing with toilet paper and says to himself that he is like that man 5 years ago. He also sees another person, a woman, and determines that she has been staying inside for 15 years. He sees a man as well with a TV on and quickly tells that he is a rookie. Due to his experiences, he can easily tell how many years a person has been staying inside home. While looking inside different houses, only one piques his interest, the sight of a beautiful woman, none other than his dream girl. She is not noticing the hikikomori man writing something on her arm. Without wasting any time, he courageously asks the woman to come out. He then tells her that if she will not come out, she never will. The hikikomori man is concerned with her, so he speaks from experience. Instead of listening to him, the woman shuts the window and locks the door. The hikikomori man tries to open the window and the door, but he is too late. He then shouts that she at least tell him her name. While trying to get inside her house, a strong earthquake emerges. Due to the strong earthquake, the people refusing to come outside get forcefully evicted from their houses. Meanwhile, the hikikomori man stubbornly shouts at the delivery woman to come outside. After many years, this is the 5th time the hikikomori man sees a crowd. After the earthquake stops, the people return back to their homes one by one. He snaps back to reality and remembers his crush. When he turns around, he sees her standing. However, when the two make eye contact, his crush tries to return back to her home. Seeing this, he stops her by pulling her hand. He tells her to go back outside, but she refuses to follow what he says. The two struggle as the woman resists coming with him. After all the efforts of the hikikomori man, she refuses to come with him and tells him not to touch her. The The woman attempts to go back inside, but when the hikikomori man held her arm, she suddenly stops and her violent behavior becomes reversed. It turns out that the hikikomori man manages to press her love button. Instantly, like how a robot is turned on, the woman falls in love with him. At the end of the movie, she stares at him as he stares at her back. Even in the midst of an earthquake, the two gaze with desire at each other.